Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bike Talk with Bike Lane. This is Bike Checks with Ed. I'm Ed. This is the 2020 Giant Contend AR3. So there are three different levels to the Contend. This is gonna be to the Contend AR. Excuse me. This is gonna be their entry level bike, which is not entry level whatsoever. This is a full Alex aluminum frame, which Giant does very nice tubing. They do kind of a taper top tube here, so it looks very nice. It goes from bigger to thinner towards the back, where it has an integrated seat clamp as well. It's a wedge clamp, so it looks very clean. We have a carbon fork up front, which is a through axle fork, and it's also a through axle frame. So it's not a traditional quick release. The ends here are closed, and then the axle threads through, and it's a much thicker axle than your traditional axle. That being said, they are special wheels. So if you ever needed a wheel swap, you're gonna have to get yourself something nicer. It's not gonna be just walk into a shop and pick up a basic wheel. So talking about wheels, Giant gives you here the Giant SR2 disc wheels. So these are sealed bearing wheels, which are very nice. They're double wall, and as you can see, they're very thick, so they give it a nice look. They are wider than your traditional road wheel. I don't have an exact measurement. I didn't want to take the tire off to measure it, but for my professional analysis, these look like a 19 to 21 millimeter wide rim, where a road rim is going to be more like a 16 to 17. And with that, Giant is able to give you a 700 by 32C tire, where a traditional road bike is going to come more with a 23 to 25C tire. So this is kind of just like an overbuilt road bike. So because it's its own category, it is more of a performance / endurance bike. Not endurance bike, endurance bike, yeah, excuse me. So a racing style bike is gonna have tighter geometry. So the top tube is going to be shorter, the rake on the fork is going to be a little closer in, the rear end's going to feel tighter, it's going to be a little more twitchy, easier to handle when you're racing and sprinting, where this guy's a little more stretched out, a little more relaxed. So this bike has been made just for commuting, some hardcore performance street riding, some casual riding, but it is built strong. In the back here, we have, we're gonna move to the drivetrain now. We have a Sora drivetrain. So it's a 9-speed drivetrain. Up front, we have a full aluminum 2-piece crankshaft, makes it look very nice. So we have 34 chainring for the small one, a 50 for the big one, 170 millimeter long crank arm, which is about average. In the back, we have an 1134 spread. So it's a big spread, so you have plenty of gears for climbing, and it's easy commuting, no hardcore racing. You don't have to pedal really hard all the time. You can feel relaxed down here. You have Tektro disc brakes. So they're cable disc brake, but still feel very smooth. These are road specific disc brakes, so you can just slap any disc brake on there. So again, it's a very unique bike. We have Giant's own seat tube. So it's a wedge seat post. That gives it a much cleaner look than your traditional seat post. So you can see there's nothing going on here. They give you this little dust cover that you don't have to necessarily have on there. We have the Giant Comfort forward saddle. So I'm not a big fan of road saddles. They're very thin, meant to be very aerodynamic and lightweight, but they're not very comfortable. This guy's about 130 millimeters wide and 207 millimeters long. So it's a long, narrow saddle, meant to be aerodynamic. In the cockpit here, we have a Giant Connect stem. So this stem's about 90 millimeters long. We put it when we built the bike to give it some upsweep. So you can see a little more upright, where traditionally in a road bike you would put it down. That's going to be more of an aerodynamic position. You have 420 millimeter wide drop bars on here. So depending on your level of comfort, you can go wider or shorter. That's a nice upgrade, so always keep in mind when getting a road bike, get the proper width handlebar. You have your Sora shifter levers here. So again, it's 9x2. And feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I am missing something. An update. So guys, we've been open pumping since day one of the pandemic, and we want to thank all of you guys for your continued support and understanding that we're trying our best to keep everything moving as normal as possible. And we appreciate your patience and your understanding and showing us continued love and support. We appreciate you guys and thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We're always here when you need us. Thank you guys.